Hey guys, it's Ryan and from Wandering Free.
Today we're going to do a bit of a rig rundown of our caravan. So, let's get into it, eh?
Yeah, that was incredible!
Oh mate, how good is that?
What's you doing?
Like, subscribe, you know what you're doing.
Hey buddy, you doing my man? Loves it. Alright, cool beans. What do you want to do, inside or outside first?
Let's do outside, I reckon.
Alright, do you want to run to the outside or you want me to?
I think you can.
Alright, I'll hand it over to Em, eh?
Righto.
Awesome as, righto guys, so we have a 2018 Highline Matrix 19'6" caravan. It's a lot shorter, what is it, 4-5 feet shorter than our previous van. This is we've had this for probably, I'd say, nearly going on 12 months now. But yeah, let's start at the back and then we'll work our way front and go from there. Righto guys, we'll start off at the back of the caravan. Comes with your usual camera, reverse camera right at the back. We have the LED lights, which are absolutely awesome. On our old van we had the HIDs, which were a bit funny. We had dramas hooked into the car and the 8-pin plug sort of played up. This we've had no dramas. Got our one spare tyre. This time we opted just for the one. Normally we'd throw a second one straight on. It'd probably lower our bore weight a little bit, but we end up running the one just to basically see how it goes. Weights as well. Opted for the King's rubbish bag off the back on the tyre. This is absolutely awesome. Saves getting it out of the back of the canopy and smelling everything out. What else?
The shower.
Rear bar has only got 3 support legs coming off it, which I would rather have 4 or 5, because I would love to in the future maybe bring this out a little bit, put a wood box in there and put a heap of timber in behind. Again, you got to muck around with weights and see how that goes. But my favourite feature on this van would have to be, got to remember which key it is now, this bad boy. We didn't have this on the old van, so this is like a luxury for us. Plumbed in, hot and cold water, outdoor shower. Absolutely awesome. Look at that. Enough pressure. Wash off after the beach. Wash the pup when you need to. And yeah, it's a bit dirty in there from the Savannah Way, but I forgot to clean that out. We'll have to do that. So that just rolls back up in there. It's pretty Ryan proof, which is handy. Sits in there like so. Comes in there, bang, lockable. I don't know what. It's probably a good thing it's locked. I don't really know whether someone's gonna come and do your outdoor shower or what. But anyway, move around to the side. First noticeable feature for us is, so obviously we didn't build this van. We bought it second hand. So everything on this we've just taken and ran with it basically. So on the side here, generator box, which is absolutely insane. The old van we didn't even take our Jenny anywhere because we were just sick of like trying to find somewhere to put it and all that sort of stuff. So Jenny goes in here. All of our like chocks, anything that gets dirty, all of our like can't even tell you what they are for the legs and that sort of stuff. They all end up in here. We were told, like warned about the fact that the petrol smell may go from here into like our linen cupboard because it's like right there. But we've had no drama so far. And then we're also told that if that does happen, all we gotta do is basically run Sicko around every single joint, every single corner, crack in there, and it pretty well stops it. So that's a handy little tip if anyone's having that drama at the moment. Got our LED lights running up the side, toilet in here. We actually have 2 cassettes in this van. The old van we only had 1 and it used to be killer. So we've got 2 cassettes. The other cassette is up the front in our tunnel. Is it tunnel boot? Yeah, it's called tunnel boot. So that's that. What else we got? Oh, so you got, I think it's 80 or 90 litres of grey water storage underneath here for your free camps and all that sort of stuff. We had our water hookups, power, all that sort of jazz. All your normal stuff for caravans. Underneath, I'll get the camera underneath there a little bit later, but in front of the axle on this. So the old van, we used to have the water tanks and everything sort of spaced out, but this has the 2 water tanks which are 80 litres each, so 160 litres of water all up, sitting in front of the axles, which does, when it's full, the BT definitely notices it on the ball a little bit. It's still under, but it's definitely there. So the fill points for them are here, which I believe the front one, it's pretty funny, it's actually weird. If you fill the front one, it fills both tanks. But if you fill the second one, it doesn't fill the front tank. I don't know what the go is there, but I can't work it out. But anyway, I'll just plug it in there, go from there. I'll show you the little filler I made up. It's one of them little special, like because we had so much drama filling tanks, which everyone pretty well does doing their van. So we just got a little blue tube, put it onto a little ball valve because we were too tight to buy the $12 one offline. Had a ball valve sitting at home. We didn't have time, sorry.
We had to get the tanks filled and we had to leave and we didn't have time or anywhere to order it to.
Yeah, and Em's old boys is like, here, throw this on. I was like, boom, threw it on. And to be honest, it works perfectly fine, so we haven't even changed it. So that's our water storage. Again, I would love to have more water storage, but it just is what it is. We've got our alloy rims. Our old van just had the basic, like, standard look. This has actually got mag wheels, which I was pretty stoked about. We've got our independent suspension underneath. We've got the 2 rear shocks, housing the like the wishbone sort of style independent suspension, which is absolutely awesome. We definitely noticed up the Cape, not the Cape, sorry, the Savannah Way on the corrugations. It handled absolutely unreal. So I'm unsure of the brand because everything's been painted blue and yellow on this, so I couldn't tell you what the shocks were. If you wanted to find out, I'm sure if you hit up Highline, they'd be able to tell you. Moving forward, so this is the fridge vents. We actually need to get some sort of a setup because today in Mackay it is so hot. The fridge doesn't struggle on 240, but as soon as you put it on 12 volt, we've noticed in the sun, it definitely struggles. So I'd love to have a shade wall for the back of that for when we're out free camping. We've got our hot water and all that sort of stuff here. And this is what we did not have on the old van because it was a older style one, so you didn't have a tunnel boot, you had like the front boot, and I absolutely love this. So this literally houses all of our Milwaukee stuff. We've got our second tour cassette in there. We've got a heap of walls and that sort of stuff when we're set up permanently. We throw them up. The whole vacuum, Milwaukee vacuum, mate, you can't go wrong instead of sweeping the floor. So that, oh, and also there's a light in here too. So that's handy too. At night, when you're trying to sieve around in there, that's that bad boy. You notice this leg here, I accidentally stripped this leg yesterday, so what I gotta do is fix that, which that might even be a video in itself because it seems to happen to us all the time. So it's a quick easy fix, we'll do that. We have got the 205 amp hour AGM batteries under here. We would love to have a lithium setup. That's in the works, we'll plan on that one day, but at the moment we're too busy spending our money on just not working and enjoying it, really, to be honest. They've held up fine for everywhere we've been. It's we have a 3-way gas fridge, so it's not really getting drawn off the fridge or anything like that. So when we're away free camping, all it really runs is the lights, charging like laptops, phones and all that sort of stuff. So we haven't had a drama with that running out yet. Again, would love a lithium setup, there's no doubt about that. Moving down to the front, oh, it's a cool little like light off the side. We didn't have that on the old one, so that's handy. Coming around to the front. When I first seen this, when we first went to go and look at the van, I was a bit worried that it was going to put the ball weight over a bit because there's a fair bit going on at the front here. We've got the 2 jerry can holders, 2 8-kilo gas bottles. We've got the toolbox. It actually had a frame too for extra bike storage as well. It's got the bike on top of the bike storage on top of the toolbox. We've got our 2 conduits here, which we fill full of porch poles and our anti-flap kit, which is easy enough to just unscrew, screw back on. So good to have somewhere for them this time. In our old van, we didn't have anywhere for it, and it used to lay in the back of the ute, which used to frustrate me to no end. I think what helps with this whole setup, so on the back of our ute, we have our tray is fairly long. It overhangs the back of the tow bar by about 350. So we're very fortunate in this van that we actually have a 2100 meter A-frame, which is absolutely awesome. The fact that we basically can have all of this on the front and not, like I'd never, on the old van, if I was doing a tight turn, I would literally take the paint off the gas bottles and that was dead level. So I used to worry that one day we were going to be on like this weird pivot point and I was going to come past it and then I was going to come back on a different pivot angle and not be able to get back because of the gas bottles, and I was just like freaking out about it. But anyway, longer A-frame helps with that. We have the Boss jack here, jockey wheel, sorry. This thing here is absolutely mint. I had so many comments on it from a few oldies when we've been getting around, how easy it is. 1/2 drive, straight in the top, drill on and off, absolutely, oh man. Wine's up, wine's down. You can set it to the height, that way then you're not worried about some spots where you start to jack it off and you're like, oh, I'm not even gonna get it off the ball. So we always carry a timber around for the bottom of that. Just seems to help it, stops it from sinking into the ground. Also sort of like tries to keep the bottom of that looking good, nice and schmicky. So that is definitely one of my favorite features on this. There's a little grease knuckle on the side here. Just gotta keep on top of that, make sure that's all good. What we didn't have on the old van that we have on this van, the DO35, 3.5 ton hitch. This thing is absolutely awesome. I suppose they call it a coupling here. What is it? All-terrain drop-on coupling. So this thing here has been absolutely awesome. It's got away from, so on our old van we used to have the big anti-sway bars that come down here. Now we've gone completely away with them. With the DO35 and the Elco braking system. So what's that called again? So it's like a special name for
technology or something.
Anti-sway, that's it, sorry. So we've got the anti-sway on this, which absolutely complements.
Sorry, electronic stability control is what it's actually called.
Stability control, there you go. It's certainly, this combo has, I can't even explain how over I was doing the whole dropping these things on the side. So to be able to have that on there is absolutely awesome. And for the, like, not that you're doing wombat holes or nothing with the Caravan, but as such you would, like, on the old tele track there was people there with camper trailers using this hitch, and it was just absolutely incredible to see how much articulation you could get out of between a trailer and a car. We probably won't ever test it to that extent with a Caravan, but we've definitely noticed even on the roads and all that sort of stuff it helps. Also seemed to really work really well with the corrugations, sort of took that tiny little bit of bounce out of the rear. What else is there? Oh, we got our normal trailer plugs, all that sort of stuff. We got our 2 Anderson plugs. One feeds from, well, both feed from the car. One is for the batteries, just to keep topped up while we're driving. And this red one here is for the anti-sway braking system, which I need to put a little bit more tape on that because she's coming off. So they just sit in there when we're stopped. What else? In our toolbox, we pretty well just have all of our little gizmos, like cleaning products and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, can you think of anything else to add on the front? No, sweet. Moving on to the outdoor area, guys. It's got our rollout awning, which is pretty standard on most caravans. Although we've seen a few newbies coming around here with no awning. Obviously that's a supply issue. But we got our black arms on this one instead of the white, which on the last one we had the white ones. The black ones seem to hide the cobwebs, so I suppose it depends on what colour your van is. Go the black if you can. Moving on to the electrical side of things outside. So we just got our little 10 amp socket there, which is good for running the air fryer if you need to. We got our TV support bracket, which we have not used yet. To be honest, I think we've turned the TV on once.
That TV's at home.
That TV is not with us.
It's in storage.
Literally, so we left the TV at home.
We're not big TV watchers.
Yeah,
I know a lot of caravanners are, but we're not.
Yeah, no. So we got the iPad. We just use that. So got our drop down table. I seen a van the other day had 2 drop down tables side by side. That would actually be so cool if you could make it work. So we got our 12 volt cigarette plug, TV antenna. We got our, sorry bro, didn't know you were there.
We've got our dog that
just stood on the dog. So we got our handle up for our
Handle.
I don't know what you call it, yeah. Anyway, so we got our 2 lights at the top. Now, what I wish, I don't know, our old van had this, and I wish every single Caravan had this. I wish there was a light under here. A switch so that you could literally switch it off, leave that one on. That way then, when you're cooking dinner outside, and you're going in and out all night, the bugs aren't just going straight in, because this light, man, as we all know, white, well, probably should have orange lights, would be the best way to go. I've seen the new vans getting around have that, but the white lights track the bugs like crazy, and as soon as you open the door, they just shoot inside. Another cool thing on this van that we didn't have on the other one is speakers. Yes. So we annoy the neighbours with them, which is good fun. Another thing I can't work out is to have the speaker outside on, you hear it inside, so you can't switch between the two, which is a bit frustrating. But anyway, it is what it is. This van, although it's an off-road van, it's not majorly high like a lot, so it's just needs a single step on the side. What else am I missing? It's got all the strips and everything for like all your annex and all that sort of stuff.
We don't have the annex with us.
No, we don't.
We decided not to bring it.
This is our Deadly Treadly, which we purchased so that we can get to and from work and all that sort of stuff. We just normally sit out here. We started off with like 3 or 4 tables, hey, like this running along the side of the Caravan. Now, going down to the 1, 2 chairs, way better. Righto guys, moving on to the front tunnel, but a little sneaky little look there. This here, we didn't have on our last van, and when I first got this, I was like, I'm taking this out straight away because it takes away the storage. Em's like, give it a chance, use it, see how it goes. And I can tell you right now that we won't be taking this out, and I absolutely love this thing. The old Slayer kitchen, mate. Absolutely the bee's knees, I tell you what. The previous owner had all the water plumbed in, so you don't have to hook any water up at all. Quick fitting gas release, or whatever they call this thing. Straight up in, bang, ready to go. 3 burner. Don't know why Caravans or any sort of camp cooktops have 3 burners, because you can never ever fit 3 pans on it. So I think I would love to have just the 2 big ones here. That would work well for us. So you can slide this table out. It's got a little bit of juice on her. Pots and pans.
Cooked it this morning and obviously didn't wipe it.
Didn't wipe it at all. Em's like, did you clean it before you did the video? And I was like, yeah, mate. What are you talking about?
Liar.
So I got plates. You can put your plates and all that sort of stuff in here. If you literally just want to do the dishes out here, you don't even have to take anything back inside.
You're gonna show them the sink?
Oh yeah. So we have this on here because we've heard stories of them shattering the glass. So that's the sink. Absolutely awesome.
Are you gonna take it off?
What, this thing? Woohoo! Look at that. Plumbed in, ready to go. A lot of people say that they wouldn't have them because they got to worry about hooking everything up, but if you can plumb it in, I think, yeah, that'd be the bomb. You literally don't have to worry about it. So that sits down there like that. That sits on there, saves any damage. So it's got this, we normally just use a bucket underneath for the wastewater that comes out. And then, yeah, I don't know. We've got a light here too, which is all, when those 2 are on, this is on as well. So
what do you reckon? That's probably outside the Caravan.
That's pretty all outside, sorry. Oh, another cool feature. Keeps us out of trouble.
Oh my God.
I don't know how to put it on the ground.
What, are you going to walk to the other side of the Caravan?
Literally. Are you still recording?
Yeah.
Lol. Alright. Last feature we added ourselves. So it's basically just the $20 jobby from Bunnings. Good old clothesline. The old Aussie clothesline out the back, mate. Out the side. So this keeps us out of trouble because we obviously work and all that sort of stuff. We really need clothesline. We wash every day, so that comes in handy. Just the old pop rivets in the side. Yeah, I'm sure there's a million fitment videos out there online already about them. If you want to type in just Caravan clothesline, I'm sure you'll be able to see a how-to video. Took us 2 seconds. It's pretty well rhyme proof, so if I can do it, anyone can do it really. We also use MacDog. This is his. Oh, sorry, dude. we just hook him on there. That way then he stays in the area and all that sort of stuff, especially in van parks. He's got to be on the lead and all that sort of stuff. So that keeps him out of trouble. What else? Normally we have the big floor that comes down. But yeah, I don't know. Apart from the deadly treadly, that's pretty well it. That's pretty well it from me on the outside. Hopefully it wasn't too boring of a review. It's not really a review, is it? It's just a walkthrough. So Em's in the background here telling me to hurry up, so I'm going to wrap this up and we'll jump to her on the inside, eh?
Welcome to our crib. Rightio guys, this is the inside of our Highline. So start with the ensuite, hey? We have a full ensuite, separate shower and toilet, so our shower's in here. We have a Thetford toilet over here. Towel rack that we put on the door. So it originally came with just a single towel rail, which there's obviously two of us, and we both want to hang our towels up every night and not have to hang them outside. So we just did the Bunnings special, got a shorter one than the normal household ones, checked our size and popped her up, and now we can fit both. We have our washing machine under here, just a little 2.5 kg one, NCE, which is good. Have my toothbrush out here, plugged in.
This is actually a handy little feature, eh?
Yeah.
Where'd you get them from?
Bunnings.
Bunnings.
Same as the towel rail.
Mate. Bunnings for houses and caravans is the bomb.
That's it. In the shower, we've actually added some shelves as well, which were from Bunnings, just some, same as this, exactly the same type as this, but it's like a flat base that fit our stuff on. We have a little light up there, which is very helpful.
Yeah,
to,
in the old van, Em's like, I can't do my makeup properly.
Can't see anything. But yeah, normal sink, all that. We have got towel storage up there, so extra linen and stuff. All our laundry stuff and just extra toiletries and things that we have, and down here is just our dirty clothes. We decided to make an entire cupboard for dirty clothes. We had the same in the old van. We just find it a lot easier, and you're not trying to put dirty clothes around the van. I like to put some like fragrance stuff in there so it doesn't make the cupboard smell, which so far it's been fine. It was fine in the other van as well. Rightio guys, one of my favorite features of the Caravan, which I can't show you, is on the back of our cavity slider. So along the Savannah Way somewhere, the door, or along the corrugations on the alternate routes of the Savannah Way, our door broke. So it's not attached at the top anymore and we can't slide it. But on the back of this, we have a big full-length mirror. We might have some videos that we can pop in to show it, I'm not sure. But it is like the best thing ever. I don't know. I guess that's just for me. I don't know if Ryan feels the same way, but you can see like it's just easy. There's no, we didn't have that. We had a big mirror in our old van, but it was at the bed, which I didn't like. Like this is in the perfect spot. You can have a look at your whole outfit or just anything, and it's, yeah, easy. But we've decided, out of all the places in the van, this is where we like to put Mac's food and dinner food bowl and water bowl. It's the most places that we're not going to kick it, because the amount of times we've kicked this bowl and water has just gone through the entire van is insane.
Took some while getting used to it.
Has to be one of the safest spots, but we do drop a lot of things into it, and then you're like, okay, we'll refresh the water and we'll deal with whatever was dropped into it. But so far, that's the best spot we've found. We then have our kitchen. So we've got an NCE microwave, does the job, low wattage.
It is on the smaller side, hey?
Yeah, it is quite small. It doesn't fit our biggest plate in it, but the next one we have down does fit in it. So it is what it is. We just know what plates fit and what doesn't, and make it work. Just our kettle, some pretty flowers, that sort of stuff. Our sink, just a normal stainless sink. Nothing too fancy there. Windows, just our normal jobbies that you open like that. You push out and they lock. Push out again, they can lock at all different levels, and you do that to come back in.
Yeah, on our old van we didn't have that, eh?
No, we didn't. We had the wind outs.
Oh yeah.
It was like an unclipped, little tiny clips that you unclipped and then wind out.
It's proper
so we
old
have
school.
The block out blind, and then if you have the window open, just your screen, which obviously is doing its job because it's full of bugs. That is very bad. Sorry.
You can't even see it.
Anyway, next up, we've got our, what's this called? A hatch.
A hatch.
So it has lights on the outside of it, which I like. I love having a lot of lights on when I'm on the computer. Ryan hates it, so or he never has a light on above him, but I do. So that's always handy for that. This is your block out, which I have most of the time, unless it's really cool and we're trying to get the more coolness in. But when there's no shade above you and there's no trees or anything, the sun beats in here like no tomorrow and heats the van up like crazy. So we unclip these ones, just push them across. That is so hot from the sun. That
Is it actually?
just burnt my hand. And, oh, okay, I can't do that.
Let me touch it. Wow!
It's really
Anyway.
hot.
Oh!
Anyway, so that goes
Shivers.
up and does its thing on gas, or not gas, yeah, gas struts, and then you can pull your your screen across for that as well. Stop all the bugs. This does have big holes in it, and we've noticed that when we're free camping and have it all open at night, the bugs get through here like crazy.
Yeah,
so,
they're not that big. They're
no,
not too small.
It's a really big, not very fine. But anyway, I'll just close this, or otherwise someone may rob us. Okay, that's closed. That actually really hurt. Okay, so in here, something we looked for, we weren't sure. Our old van had an L-shaped lounge, L-shaped seating area, and we weren't really sure what we wanted, but we were kind of like, Ryan was pretty set on having the cafe style, and now that we've got it, I like it. I do really, really like it. It does work a lot better. We have these bad boys which flip up so that you can
finally sit and
you can
stretch
sit.
out.
We often will put the iPad here and we'll both sit with these up just like this.
Just like this.
And the iPad will be there and we'll watch it on
Not
there.
like that, like this.
Like this. So yeah, you release those, that comes down. Easy as. We have the trifold table, so it folds up like this when you want it to, and then it can just also unfold, and we've got some sneaky stuff in there. You don't need to see that. Anyway, so yeah, pretty standard. I think nowadays in most of the new vans they have these trifolds, which is really helpful because sometimes you only need a little bit of table or no table, and sometimes like when we sit down and eat or when we're on the laptops or whatever, you obviously need the entire table out.
Yep.
We also have 2 storage cupboards under there, and they're a lot easier to get to if the table is folded in. It's so hard to get in there when the table's out. I've tried that. Both of the tops come off these seats, and we have storage compartments underneath. We have pretty much all of Mac's stuff on this side, all of his food, all of his treats, all of his jackets for winter, extra harnesses, all that type of thing, extra blankets, everything's under there. I also have my shoes under there because I don't have any shoe storage anywhere else. And then on this side, I think Ryan has work clothes and stuff stored in there, and I have swimmers. I have a box of swimmers in there that I never wear. And what else do we have in there? I think that's about it. Oh, sheets. We have a spare set of sheets in there. And I think we have a blanket in there as well, just in case it's too cold. We have it. So there's a fair bit of room under both of them. But I'm not going to show you under there because it's catastrophic. And you're not going to see the capacity anyway.
What I would like to do is have, just because we're on our laptops all the time, just have one straight bench across there, no L on it, and then a table across here. And I wonder whether you could get the table then to slide back, so then there's still heaps of room here, and you can use it as like a preparation, like if you're making food and that sort of thing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I like that idea. I think that would work really well for us.
Just
because at the moment,
we sit on top of each other.
Ryan's sitting at the table on the computer, I have to sit on the bed on the computer because there's just not enough room for us to have both laptops with our mouses and like hard drives and everything sitting there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I don't like the computer right close to me. I have to have it away from me.
Ryan has to have it like way away from him, so it's literally on top of me if I try and sit there and there's no room for me to put a computer.
Yeah.
So anyway. We have these 3 overhead cupboards on this side. Now, there wasn't enough storage for us. Well, not that there wasn't enough storage, but we came from a far bigger van, so we kind of were panicking about what's going to fit, what's not going to fit, how we're going to thing it out and all that sort of thing. And these were just big open cupboards, and I thought that it's not practical for what we want to put in there. I don't want a heap of stuff stacked. Not interested in that at all. So Ryan built these shelves. So they've got little support legs on them so that they're very strong, so that they can take everything that's sort of up there. and he's done it the whole way across. So we haven't had any drama. We've got a heap of food storage and stuff up here, and we have never had any drama with anything with the shelves so far. They haven't even moved, so it's been really good. It's worked really, really. The struts on that obviously aren't really.
We're getting a few sad struts
here for it, but yeah, it's good. On the other side, we opted to just keep what we had because we could just stack baking stuff in here and some containers and things like that. So it wasn't bad on this side to keep it as is. We made it work, so that was all good. Lots
of people say that they would never have an oven, but Em loves her cooking, so she is the oven queen.
I bake. I love baking. We have our cooktop under here. All sorted, our grill.
3 gas, 1 electrical. Got the electrical one for the oldies in the caravan park, so they're not using the gas.
Yeah, I personally prefer cooking on gas, so we don't really use that element. But yeah, a sneaky one for people, and we figured this out after a little bit because we were like, what's going on? This little thing here pushes down on this. And if that's pushed down, as in if this is all closed, your oven and your cooktop obviously, you're not going to want to light it with that closed, but your grill and your oven won't light. Our old van didn't have that. I guess it's a good safety feature because we've noticed this gets really hot even up here when the oven's going, like ridiculously hot.
And you can
feel understand it.
You can actually feel the air coming out of the back, so that must be just a caravan oven thing.
It's just a breather point for it. But yeah, just a tricky one there. You've got to make sure that's up to cook in the oven.
Ooh.
Moving on to
plenty of shelves down the bottom here too.
Oh goodness, this is a bit of a mess.
Oh yeah, we were travelling yesterday, so everything's fallen over.
Everything's a bit everywhere. I'll take a couple of things out so you guys can have a bit of a look-see. So we've got our water tank indicators. I don't even know if there's water in them. Oh yeah, we've got half a tank in that one and about a quarter of a tank in that one.
We've actually got some that work. The old van didn't work.
I know, the old van didn't work, and this has been really, really handy. We have free camped in this van a fair bit now, so we're really, really glad that they do work. We will check them all the time, and especially when Ryan's filling tanks, if we're not sure if something's full or what's going on with it, we'll just run in here, press the button, and it tells us whether they're full or not, and it's so much easier.
Yeah.
We've got our water pump switch, our gas hot water. So we also have electric hot water, which is in the cupboard next to my side of the bed. So when we're in caravan parks, we have the electric hot water on all the time.
Which is the reason you have no shoe storage.
Yeah, that's why I have no shoe storage, because that's where the hot water system is. But the struts on that are really sad too.
Yeah, they're sad.
But yeah, when we are free camping in that, you do your gas hot water. It's just there.
Yep.
All our fuses up here. The solar chargers, all that sort of gear.
Battery management. It is definitely, in terms of like battery management, from what you see on other vans, it is certainly a lot of a cheaper option, isn't it?
It's a very basic system.
Very, very basic.
Very basic. We eventually will do some upgrades to it, but right now it's not a major priority. We're just getting by with what we've got in here. And it's working, like it is what it is. We've had times when, you know, the fridge is not great, but it's not even run off that. The fridge is on gas. Yeah. Our biggest thing, we can't run the aircon from this aircon from a 12 volt system anyway. Even with inverters and anything, it has a really, really high kickover rate. So that's all stuff that you've got to consider.
Yeah.
So what are we really going to be running off of the system if we upgrade it? There's obviously space for it to be upgraded, and we could then run charge a lot more camera gear and not have to worry about that side of things.
Maybe run an air fryer or induction cooktop
all that
or
sort of things. But when it comes to your big things like your aircons, like aircon would be a massive thing for us. To be able to run that off grid would be great, but right now that's not something that's achievable, and that's okay. But yeah. Anyway, battery charger is in a little sneaky spot.
And
right under here. Right, can you see that?
I think it's
right back there.
Yeah, there it is there.
So when we bought this van, the guy told us that it had no battery charger.
Yeah.
And we kind of were like, no, there has to be a battery charger, and then sort of forgot about it. We were staying in a caravan park, and we'd been there for a bit, and one night our lights just turned off, because Caravan lights are all run off your 12-volt system all the time. Even when you're plugged into power to Caravan park, they're still running off your batteries. And same with like your toilet pump and everything like that to flush your toilet. This is not really happening for me. I'm just gonna pretend that didn't happen. So there were certain things that wouldn't work in the van, and we were like, what the hell, like, we've been plugged into power, there's no reason why there should be no charge in the batteries. What's going on? Ryan went and we investigated for ages. Ryan went and bought a battery charger, charged the batteries up, and everything like that, and then it happened again. He charged the batteries up again, and we're like, what's going on? Like, we need to get a battery charger put in this van. This guy was right, there is no battery charger, blah 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 blah. And then I was underneath, we had issues with the pipes leaking when we were filling the tanks, and so I was underneath checking the fill points, and I've come across this battery charger, and I was like, oh, this is the funniest thing. I just found our battery charger, and it was switched off.
Oh.
So I switched it on, and we have not had any dramas like that since. Everything's kept up fine.
Yeah.
So it was just the battery charger wasn't on.
Yeah.
Anyway, nice little story for you guys.
Yeah, we're not the most intelligent mob, but we're doing it. That's all that matters.
Rightio, so this is our bedroom.
You.
We've got our cupboards on each side, and more food storage. That's not food storage, clothes storage up the top.
Yeah, so that there, so this covers Ryan's clothes, and that is M's under here.
You just,
A little bit of M under there.
That's, you have
I'm
clothes
only-
under there.
I'm only
You're so
joking.
full of it. He was correct at the start. That's all mine, and that's
Yes.
all mine. We have little corner cupboards as well, which is handy. We do
Yes.
actually have some stuff stored in there. I have excess like baking stuff, mainly. Couple of little
Keys,
pots.
couple hats,
Yeah.
fans, they're the bomb.
Yeah, we've got 3 Xerocco fans in here, which is absolutely awesome. We've got the 2
Last
on
time we
either
had
side
one.
and 1 near the aircon. And they've been really great, because the one below, like next to the aircon, at night, Mac's bed's just under here, but at night that gets pulled out and put in between the seats. So he sleeps in there, and then that fan will actually blow on him. Like, I'll direct it down and it will blow on him throughout the night, which is really good. Like, we have a fan each, and then he has a fan, so I think that's great. But yeah, another hatch up here. We have our lights, and then the light on this. TV is over in this corner, and the hot water system is down under here. We have our little side table drawers. The bed lifts up. We've got a heap of stuff stored underneath the bed. The storage is a lot smaller than the other van, because obviously the tunnel boot goes through it, which that's fine. We've made it work. I think we prefer the tunnel boot.
To be honest, we're gonna go home and drop more stuff. Like,
yeah,
over the last 3 years,
home,
we just drop stuff. Like, oh,
yeah. But anyway, here is a bit for you. So most vans is just hanging space, and in here it was hanging space, and I just couldn't, neither of us could deal with it anymore. We couldn't fit what we wanted in there. So Ryan shelved it out.
bingo!
So these shelves go all the way back as far as you can see through. Basically, if you look through here, it goes all the way back through there. So I've got clothes through there, and then right up the back I've got like different weather, like different season clothes in Ziplocs bags, like basically as compact as possible, pushed right up, so I kind of can rotate through things, and it's easier to get to. So yeah, that's one of my favourite parts, is that now. It was so hard when we had hanging space in there, hey?
Yeah.
It was really difficult.
It was.
But yeah, is there anything else? Oh, we have a 3-way fridge.
Yeah.
The Thetford 3-way fridge.
We are not 100% fans of it, because it is
It's-
very shallow.
It's just too shallow. Like, our old fridge went all the way back, and I understand that it's gas, so it has to have the gas element in it, where our old van was only a 2-way fridge, not a 3-way fridge. But
There's still a
it
good
is
200
so
mil at the back where you
shallow.
could use it up.
It is ridiculously shallow, and I really struggled to get a
A
week's
carton-
worth of groceries in there.
A carton of eggs this way
Doesn't fit.
does not
It
fit.
has to go long ways.
Yeah.
So that has been a struggle, and I'm slowly adapting to it, but it's still
Yeah.
a peeve that I have every time I go grocery shopping.
Literally. And another common question we get asked all the time is, because it's gas, like it's freeway, when we are on gas like full time and we're cooking and all that sort of stuff, we're getting roughly between 11 to 14 days on a gas bottle. So
yeah,
it's definitely a shock to the system, and it's obviously dearer than solar. But I've enjoyed having the gas fridge just for the simple fact that you literally don't have to worry about it.
You're not worried about AMC, and you just have to check that the gas bottle has gas in it.
And
So
you
yeah,
always got
there's perks
to
either
both
way.
sides, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Righto, got a question for you. Out of the setup, the layout inside this van, for people building one right now, what are little things after living in this thing would you change? Do you like the layout of the bed instead of the east-west?
Yeah,
Would you ever have an east-west bed?
I don't think so.
No. Because we work too, we'd be getting it in and out of top of each other all the time.
Yeah, I don't think that's practical for us because, like, this mattress isn't a standard Caravan mattress. This is a full queen size mattress. This is our mattress from home. We switched it out.
Yeah, because we cannot do the Caravan mattress.
Ryan's too tall for the Caravan mattress, so his feet overhang. So this is about that much longer than a Caravan mattress, and it's a lot higher. So it sits up a lot higher than most.
Yeah.
But like you think back here, you would have a lot more room to walk around, but you'll notice we kneel on the bed all the time to get around, and that's why we don't have that extra moving room. But
Yeah.
we live in it full time. We need to be comfortable,
Comfortable,
and Ryan
good
needs
sleep,
to be able to
mate.
fit. Otherwise, like his feet literally are off the end of the bed.
I was getting pins and needles in
my.
waking up with pins and needles in my feet from the
Yeah.
blood circulation getting cut off. It sounds so stupid, but it literally was happening.
But yeah, so if we had one of those where the bed was the opposite way, we would have to have that extension piece that they have at the front of the mattress, and
Yeah.
probably two of those. So the only way across would be over. You wouldn't be able to go around the bottom of
True.
it. So I don't think it would work for us.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm sure it'll work for short people. Well, like if it was just me.
Yeah.
It would
And
work.
what about changing the sheets on a Caravan bed?
Oh, it's an absolute nightmare.
It is, hey.
Our old van was a lot easier to do that. So our old van, we never slept underneath the cupboards. There was a whole lip of like that much.
It had the boot in the front, eh?
Yeah, so the whole bed was pushed like that far forward, and it was a whole flat bench up there, which was handy. Like we used to put our pillows, like these front pillows used to live up on there, and we had like our water bottles and stuff like that. Our side tables were a lot more easy to access because you're not heaps away from them.
Yeah.
So that was a bit different to get used to sleeping underneath something. Like I had the worst night's sleep the first time I slept in here, and I was like, what have we done? I can't sleep like this. This is feel real like enclosed.
Literally.
But now it's like, it's fine. It's no worries at all. But it makes a big difference in making this bed because the bed, like half of the bed is that way. So you have to maneuver.
I struggle.
You have to lift the mattress up and like maneuver it around and like
and
pivot
because we've
it
got
up
a big
and
mattress.
push it past the fridge to get the sheet over the top of it and stuff.
Painful,
like,
eh?
there is a lot of work in it, but you know, it is what it is.
Literally, eh? Also, I don't know if Em mentioned, but that cupboard under there is where our water pump is.
Oh yeah, we have a water pump under there.
Yep. Which, if you have any dramas, Em's old boy showed me there's a little screw there that you gotta wind in and out if you're having dramas with your 12 volt water pressure. Yeah, so
it fixes it
instantly.
Yeah.
Cool beans. Would you change the fridge? Just need something deeper, hey?
Yeah, to a deeper fridge. Absolutely.
Deeper fridge, yep. Aircon.
I would change the aircon.
Change the. We're
Just
chasing the
because
Ibis 4.
I don't think it has performed badly.
Yeah, it's
I
a
think
good aircon for sure.
It does well. We've definitely had it going in some hot weather.
And it does well for sure.
Definitely, but I think it needs 3,500 to click over.
Yeah, 3,500 watts. So
Yeah,
it's just
so
not
we
gonna
want
happen.
one that'll click over on 2,000.
Yeah, 2 kVA.
Yeah,
or have the craziest solar setup where you can actually run it off like these cool ones you see these days. So.
Yeah, that's it. That's an option as well. But
Which I think it was only like a few grand, so it is achievable definitely to swap it out in this van.
Yeah, definitely.
That's
but
for
yeah,
sure.
Oh, we have a diesel heater in here actually.
Oh, we have a diesel heater, yeah.
It's underneath here as well, and we have 2 outlets, one at the foot of the bed there and one at Ryan's feet down there. And the control panel is just on this side, so we can set it all from there. It's backwards. Oh.
Yeah. It's backwards because it lights up and
Em
needs a dark room, so.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it.
Welcome to the dark room. But yeah, no.
I
what
think that's
else?
pretty much it. That's
Oh,
pretty much
I just want to change the seating. That's all for me.
Yeah.
I love the way the ensuite and all that's set out. I love this big pouch at the front. I can't really. Oh, I'd like a bigger microwave personally.
It is what it is.
But other than that, happy.
I think that's pretty much everything. Oh, the stereo, speakers in the roof.
Oh yeah.
NCE stereo as well. It's great. I've never had any issues with it. Bluetooth to my phone, which is fantastic. Our old van, if anyone's seen it, was a lot older. Like this is 9 years newer, I think, than our old van.
Man.
Our old van was 2009.
We thought we were Rockefeller.
2009?
2008.
2008?
I think
Was
so.
it?
I don't
Really?
know.
Anyway,
We felt like Rockefeller when
So,
we moved into this thing.
it had the little slit ones where you could only put discs in and you could listen to the radio, and that was it. You couldn't Bluetooth, nothing like that, so we used to just use our speaker all the time. But now we have the surround sound system in that, which is great. Bluetooth straight to your phone, and yeah, Bob's your uncle.
Literally.
But yeah, I think that's it. I can't think of anything else.
Alright. So Em said a couple of things she'd change on the inside of this. For me personally, I'd love to, on the back, I would love to have that wood box like I was saying.
And jerry can holders
And
on
the
back.
jerry can
and
holders
that
on
would
the back.
counteract some of the ball weight as
That
well.
would drop our ball weight a bit, yeah.
Absolutely.
And also on the front, I would love a toolbox that doesn't open from the top. I want one that opens from the side, so
And
you can
has
like have
little
slide outs.
That's what I really want as well.
And then we could do away with the conduits and have like a little shelf in there, and then we could throw our poles and that up on there too. What else?
That's
What
pretty
else?
much it, I think.
That's pretty well all we change, hey?
Yeah. But yeah, we hope you guys
That
liked
in a
our...
crazy, sorry doll, a crazy 12 volt system. That would be insane. Anyway.
Righto, well,
Can
we
always
hope
dream.
you guys liked our Highline Matrix walkthrough rig rundown video. And yeah, we hope to see you guys in the next one.
Alright guys, like, subscribe, you know what you're doing.